righty. Good evening, everyone. Appreciate everybody coming out and tuning in to a special session for the Clay County Board of Education. We'll go ahead and call this session to order, and I'll entertain a motion that we approve the agenda as it is presented and was emailed to you.
I'll make a motion.
Ms. Crawford, second. Ms. Beck, all in favor?
All right.
And anybody for public comment, Shelley? No. Okay, so no public comment. So the first item is federal COVID leave extension, and Ms. Hollingsworth has got.
Okay, I'm going to give you just a little background on the leave that we were awarded by the federal government back in April of 2020. Under the Family First Coronavirus Response Act, the federal government enacted leave, and it's leave specific to COVID-19. The first round of this leave began April 1st, 2020, and was set to expire December 31st, 2020. The FFCRA leave entitles an employee to up to 80 hours of leave for employees subject to governmental quarantine or isolation order, healthcare provider advised to self-quarantine, employee experiencing COVID-19 symptoms and seeking a diagnosis, employee is caring for individuals subject to a government order or quarantine or self-isolate or experiencing symptoms of and seeking a diagnosis, or an employee is unable to work due to closure of school or daycare. If this leave is granted for any of those conditions, employees are compensated at a higher of their regular rate or applicable minimum wage up to $511 per day for the employee's own condition, and 2/3 pay for closing a school or caregiver leave, which is up to $200 per day. Under the FFCRA leave, an employee could qualify for up to 10 additional weeks of emergency FMLA extension if an employee is unable to work due to a need for leave to care for a child whose school or child care provider is closed, and that is at 2/3 pay. We did have the first extension of this leave with those same exact criteria, but didn't reset those hours back to 80 through March 31st. Now that we are given the opportunity to give a second extension with some added criteria, plus resetting those hours back to 80, we need to get board approval if y'all want to extend that. The extension will begin April 1st and last through September 30th. And the additional options available is add leave to obtain a COVID-19 vaccine, to recover from injury, disability, illness, or condition related to the COVID-19 vaccine, or to await COVID-19 test results or diagnosis due to exposure or employer request. And we are also able to, if we do extend this on our quarterly tax filing with IRS, we can file for a credit back for that leave if we have paid leave associated with it. Along with this, we do still have a state contagious leave available, but the state contagious leave, in order to use it, does have to have a directive from the health director to be able to use that leave. And on the forms that you have in front of you, those are highlighted to show you the different changes that we have if we decide to extend.
Any questions or comments from anybody?
I don't have any.
So I will entertain a motion that we approve this emergency paid sick leave extension. Mr. Caldwell makes a motion. Second. And second. All in favor? Thank you. Next item is a calendar change approval. Mr. Cole's going to talk to us about that. Can you hear me? I think you're muted.
I am muted. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah.
I Members of the board, I hate to follow the calendar approval at the last board meeting with an immediate calendar change request. However, this came up at our last leadership team meeting, and to be honest, I just did not think about it when we were talking about calendar changes the last time. This is specific to the end of this school year, the 2020-2021 school year. We were looking at how we could capture some instructional days back, and there was a request from our elementary schools to make the last two Wednesdays of this school year, which would be May 26th and June 2nd, face-to-face days. That would make both of those weeks 5 days of basic instruction for our face-to-face students. And the reason why is because their state testing happens over the last 2 weeks of school. The reason why we have those Wednesday remote days right now is so our teachers have a day to work with our fully remote students. And at that time, pretty much the instruction will be done. We're going to be in testing mode on both of those Wednesdays. So there was really no need to have a remote day at that time. And then Mr. Overland, representing the high school, he wanted to be able to capture those 2 days as well, particularly the one on the second day with the testing as well. So this was pretty much a unanimous request from the leadership team. I felt like I needed to bring it to the board. I wanted to recommend it. I think it's a good idea. So what I'm asking for is that we be able to go ahead and get board approval to change May 26th and June 2nd, which are the last 2 Wednesdays of the school year, to face-to-face days. And that way we can go ahead and communicate that to our parents who are planning vacations and all of that.
So are there any questions or comments about that? We've heard recommendation from the principals and school leadership team to change those 2 Wednesdays to face-to-face instruction. If not, I'll entertain a motion that we change those to face-to-face instruction.
I'll make the motion.
Ms. Beck, second.
I'll second it.
Ms. Crawford, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion that we go into closed session. Mr. Caldwell, Mr. Jones, a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.